Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here because today we're doing kind of an unboxing video, a big box. What I have behind me is the all-new Baumalight TRL630D 2-speed mini skid steer, and I'm pretty excited about it. Now, Baumalight sent this to me so that I could demonstrate it and test it out, show it to you on the channel, but I am under no obligation to tell you how wonderful this thing is. But I do have pretty high expectations for it for a number of reasons. First of all, Baumalight is a Canadian company that designs, engineers, and manufactures their equipment in Canada. So this is not a rebranded, imported machine. This is a heavy-duty piece of equipment built in North America and made for work. So what I have here today is the machine. I've got a bucket and a set of pallet forks. Now, in a couple more weeks, Baumalight is going to send me a mini mulching head for it, and that's like the MP348 3-point mulcher we had on the back of the B2601, but this is a mini mulching head that goes on the front of the mini skid steer. It mounts on the loader arms so that I'll be able to raise it up, kind of mulch down, drive into brush, and that's a lot of what we're going to be doing with it this summer because we have a lot of invasive species that we're managing here in the forest. So today, though, I just want you to be here for the unboxing, the initial startup. We'll kind of do a little walk around and check this thing out. I picked it up at my local Huber dealer, which happens to be a Baumalight distributor. So they received it for me. I went over to Huber and they loaded it on the trailer for me. This weighs about 3,500 pounds. So I can't get it off the trailer unless I drive it off. So that's what I'm gonna have to do now is just uncrate it and start it up and drive it off. So let's get it unboxed, get that bucket off the top, and get into it. The sheep are happy that we've got green grass growing, and Kermit is growing like mad. If you haven't seen him for a while, he's really big. He got modified the other day, so he is no longer an Almond Joy. He's now a Mounds. I'll let you think on that. I think I'm just going to cut the plastic off along the bottom and then just take the reciprocating saw and cut the top of the pallet off. I think that should work. I would use my loader to lift this off, but my loader doesn't go any higher than the top of this. And that's stuck on. All right, let's take a quick look at the operator station. Now this is a stand-on mini skid steer. It's got a plate here with a shock absorbing spring on it. You've got pads on the front and sides, so that'll kind of cradle you in. The controls are very nice and few, which is nice to see. Lights, parking, I guess that's a parking brake, tachometer, hydraulic pressure. It's got 1.7 hours on it. And then basic controls, one of these is going to be for the bucket, the other one's going to be to move the machine forward, backward, right, left. And I assume these are the 2 speeds here, some auxiliary switches, and there's the throttle. So basic operation there. It's got a diesel fuel tank on this side, hydraulic reservoir on this side. There's a sight glass on the side, so you can see how much fuel you have. This is either completely empty or completely full. I can't tell. I'm going to say it's empty, so I'll have to put some fuel in it. Then on the other side, we've got the hydraulic reservoir, and you can see where that is there. So very nice sight glass there. And then there is the mini skid steer quick attach. It's not a standard SSQA, so I can't use my standard attachments with it, which is why I have the attachments from Baumalight. So they're a kind of a mini version of the skid steer quick attach. I see the front third function, I guess, remote's there. Nice light, a couple lights on there as well. But anyway, let's get some fuel in this thing and fire it up. Oh, I see something. All right, so 5 gallons brought us right up to the bottom of the sight glass. I did look through the owner's manual before starting this up. I want to make sure that I have everything covered. There is a lower sight glass for fuel, so had I looked back here, I would have seen how much fuel was in here. So this is the lower one, and then you've got the upper one to well, I guess to really show what your levels are. Anyway, another sight glass down there for fuel, which is great. The only thing I want to do now is just make sure it has coolant in it and check the oil. There's the engine. That holds that up. Look at that cute little Kubota engine in there. Isn't that adorable? All right, coolant is full, and I just need to find the dipstick for the engine to check the oil. Wait. Oh, there it is. Tucked back behind the muffler. I can actually see it better from this side. Full and clean. shall we? Neutral, low throttle, key on. Looks like it has a little glow plug light there. I guess I should wait for that to turn off. Yep. Heavy on these ramps, I bet. Nice. See, it's got a self-leveling bucket. That's really nice. That'll come in handy with the pallet forks. Let's go hook them up. So the way this mini quick attach works is you have these pins that lift up out of the way. The bucket or the attachment mounts on like, you know, like a skid steer quick attach would. And then these pins just drop down and hold the bottom in. So it's just a smaller version of the standard skid steer quick attach. Now if this offers the lift capacity, I'm going to be using this to move around firewood totes. Let's try that out. You can add counterweights to this machine, which I don't think it has any on right now. So that's something to be careful of. But it sure picks it up. I do like that self-leveling. Looks like it's only self-leveling on the way up, not on the way down. Let's see. Oh, it didn't. Might be a little much for it, but that's all right. definitely a little bit of a learning curve, but I like it. I thought we'd dig a little dirt. I'm going to have to do some more in-depth reading, obviously, on this thing. And again, there's a bit of a learning curve because it's a little awkward to be standing on something versus sitting on it. But a learning curve is always expected. I'm seeing the way the two-speed operation works, and I have to read up on this, but there's a switch here. When I switch it into two-speed, it will travel faster, but it takes a moment for it to kick in. So I'm going to drive by once at regular speed, then I'm going to flick that two-speed button, and you'll see the difference. So here's the standard travel speed, and then I'll go back and I'll hit the switch. Watch out, Kermit. Now I hit the switch. You can feel it take off a little more. Oh yeah, there it goes. So my understanding of that two-speed operation is that when you flick the switch into the two-speed engagement, it senses when it's working or when it's just traveling. So when I put it in two-speed and I just travel across the field, I guess it senses that it doesn't have any real stress and it just picks up speed and goes a lot faster. When I turn a little bit, it slows back down, and I think I could drive right into a pile and it would know that I need that lower speed. So again, I have to read up on it, but I definitely feel a difference with that two-speed in place. When you're getting from point A to point B, that extra mile an hour or whatever it is going to be quite helpful. So, well, there's the introduction to the Baumalight TRL630D mini skid steer, and I'm looking forward to your comments. Let me know what you want to see, what specs you want to hear about this, what the capabilities are, and when we get that mini mulching head in, that's going to be a lot of fun too. But yeah, please let me know, what do you want me to show you with this machine? I've got lots of ideas going on now, but I'm just going to play around with it for a while now. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel on YouTube or followed on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, I invite you to join me. Thanks again for being here. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.